in Kenya, I've learned that most women, most girls can't afford sanitary products. And it's a number like 40% of all school age girls have to miss days during their menstrual cycle. And I'm going to tell you why it's a huge issue, because either the public humiliation or the absences in school statistically lead to greater chances of a dropout, which perpetuates the idea or the issue of generational poverty. If you're like me, when I first heard this statistic, my wheels started turning, which is good. And I want all my solution-minded people to try to tackle this with me. But I need you to keep a few things in mind. One, pads and money are not the only hurdles that a lot of the women and girls deal with. A very big hurdle, especially where we were, is access to water. Not the cost of water, not a water shortage, but just access in general to water. So there are self-sustainable projects and kits that you can get, but all of them require water because they have reusable pads, which are amazing. They're sanitary, but the one big issue is that the soap is provided, but water is not. So the team I was with, we hooked up with a woman named Carol Tudor, and she's amazing. Her and her friend Rhoda started a project called the Pads Project 5 years ago. And we were able to take part in the project this year, and we helped with fundraising and donations and things like that. Of course, they did all the legwork, but they allowed us to come on board to meet some of these girls, to see the need and see what kind of an impact they were making, and it was amazing. So coming home, I did some research, and I found out that I believe his name is Uhuru Kenyatta. He's the president of Kenya right now. He made a decree last year, and he said that he wanted to provide sanitary products for free for young girls to help tackle this issue, and that's amazing. And actually, I read an article that said, I believe last month, they were going to start the distribution of pads for 4.2 million girls in public schools. And I thought that was amazing. But that also still raises two questions for me. Because when I was there, I realized that, one, school cost. And most children that are missing school, it's either because of abuse or money. So then my thought is, what happens to the girls, one, that can't afford school, and two, what happens to the girls that are not in public school? The school that we happened to visit where we did the PADS project, I'm not sure if it's a public school because it seems like a sort of Christian school. And not to say that that can't be a public school, but I'm not sure that it is. It's a very small school, so I believe that it might be a private school. You still need fees to go to this school and stuff like that, but I believe it might be a private school. So my second question is, what happens to them? So I wanted to show you guys a little bit of our experience at this school called SheepCare. This actually is the school where I posted a video of children singing on the yard. This is the place where we went. That was the day we went. We just went to meet the children, meet the pastor that was there, who happened to also be the principal of the school, meet some of the staff, and just to get to know some of the children. Who you saw in that video were the younger children. When we went back with this project, we went to go meet with the teenage girls. And that experience was amazing. We talked with them about their real lives, about their struggles, about their fears, and we split up into groups. And the group that I happen to be one of the leaders of, one of the young ladies asked me, what do I do about fear? And it's amazing how the minds of children work. And so I had to share with her. I said, listen, there are going to be times in your life when you're afraid, and there's nothing you can do about it. But the only way to conquer your fear is to not let the fear stop you. It's okay to be afraid. And sometimes we try to tell people, don't be afraid, don't be afraid, you don't have to be. And we give them a million reasons why they should not be afraid. But what I wanted to convey to her was sometimes you have to move in spite of your fear. And I want to kind of put a general call or a plea out there to people that when you watch this video, take the time to notice the faces, the smiles of these people, these children, and see how amazing they look from the outside. But then remember, these are the same children that don't have, a lot of them, access to water, sanitary products, the same education that you and I have access to here in the States. And they're fighters, they're strong, they're brilliant and amazing. So I've made it my my personal commitment to continue with this PADS project. Again, the woman's name is Carol Tudor. I will link her information when she gives me the okay to do so. I'm pretty sure she'll be okay with it. But anybody that sees this and feels so moved to at least learn more about it or donate in any way that they can, this is a real organization. I've been there, I've been a part of it. I've seen the miles that it takes to go back and forth, to drive, to collaborate with people, to pull resources together. We had to do 2 trips just to get all the pads because we needed 20 something boxes of pads, and each girl that we handed out pads to, they got enough pads in their little bags that we put together to last them an entire year. And like I said, when you start thinking about solutions, my first thought is always self-sustainability, which is great, but in certain situations you can see more clearly how that really is not an option when there are not just little resources but no resources to create that lane. And then there are other times that we can look at something, we say, oh, the government is going to help. But just to give you some perspective, the president is going to be able to help 4.2 million girls. Amazing. Kenya is a population though of 51 million people. Mind you, Nairobi, where we were, is the smallest of the 40 plus counties in Kenya. Counties, districts, whatever you call them. Nairobi is actually the 3rd smallest. It's the 3rd smallest. And it still has over 2 million people in it. So if you think the president is going to give out 4.2 million sanitary products to 4.2 million girls, Nairobi alone has 2 million and it's the 3rd smallest. So you can imagine how many people are not going to be receiving the sanitary products that they need. And this is no shade on the president. I commend him immensely for even taking this step, for actually caring about the things that these girls go through. And of course, he can't do everything at once, but he already set aside $3 million specifically for sanitary care, which is amazing, but it's not enough, which is why I'm grateful for organizations like the PADS Project, who takes the time to reach back to these girls who are living this every day. So I put a few pictures and videos together. I hope you enjoy them and I hope you share.
We love the children of Africa, teaching the children. Oh, da 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 da, la da da da. Oi, black eye, black hair, black skin, black queen, stand majestic with the black king. Today I'll sing you a black song. You need to hear about beautiful black things. Cause most time we hear about black, we hear about black magic and black witches. Blacklist, black book, black market, Black Friday, you spend off your black riches. I've never seen a doctor in black, nor seen a black pill for cure no black people. But I've seen bush doctors like Tash and Molly resurrect like a real black beetle. Malcolm, Marcus, Martin. When you see Walter Rodney, ask him, oh, you know hear about how we laughing. So when the little offspring asking, tell them they never told us that black is beautiful. They never told us black is beauty. They never told us that black is beautiful. They never told us. They never told us that black is beautiful. You a behave and a go on like you never spent 500 years on a farm. The same chain you a wear and a go on is another black life in Sierra Leone. Boy, them find out Mama Earth got gold then. Them find out Mama Earth black soul then. You work hard just forget a black card. Same card where you swipe by back your black gold them. Voila, I see no faces long, but this is not a racist song. This is a song for the children who was never told about where the race is from. They never hear it in them favorite songs. Everybody calm as a slavery's done. What I go on when the babies come? I start read about things like Dogans, Black Kemet and Kush, Black Kings, Black Senate and books. We teach about pyramids and
Who am I? Who am I? When I wear dress start fitting me like this, and I wear shoes start fitting me like this. Who am I?
Hey.
Who am I?
Hey.
No, when I wear hat it's fitting me like this, and I wear shoes start fitting me like this. Who am I?
Hey.
every word when me sing black. In my world everything black. Black, white, white, black, right back. So don't be surprised if me say me king black. Cause they never told us that black is beautiful. They never told us black is beauty. They never told us that black is beautiful. They never told us. They never told us that black is beautiful. No. Preacher is preaching, good God, the things that he preaches. I wonder who taught him to preach. Teacher is teaching, where did he get his degree? Now it is no mystery, who taught us black history?